Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Kristin and Tina here on the coolest coast. We are your hosts. I'm Tina Prigge of Vagabond Creative Studio. I am joined by, I got it right. Look at this, Kristin. This is Kristin Odell of Grow with KLO.
Look it, and there's Tina. We did it.
Kristin, how's it going this morning?
Good morning. It's going good. I have my nice hot cup of coffee today. It's like one of those gray, cloudy, very fall feeling days. So I'm really appreciating my cup of coffee this morning.
Ditto. And I'm enjoying your nice, warm looking sweater. I do have long sleeves on, but the sweater is a nice choice for a day like today.
Yes, I needed the long sleeves today. This is compliments of Duluth Trading Company. I'm not a representative of Duluth Trading, but I do enjoy their clothing.
That would be such an awesome ad. As somebody in the marketing space, I loved that. That was great.
So Tina, I need help from our viewers today. I woke up, I have a kink right here in my neck. So like, I kind of get stuck. It's pretty, like I kind of got to do one of these. I should sit in my office chair all day today.
Oh.
So viewers, if you have any resolutions on how to fix a kink in the neck, I would love your ideas. I need help.
Did something cause it? Like, were you camping over Labor Day?
We were not camping. We were in a hotel room. So that could have, oh, I like that. Look at you guys go. We did. Doug and I went away this weekend for our anniversary. We were in Door County. So I did sleep in a different bed with like different pillows. So, I mean, that maybe could have done it. I don't really know. Don't you think that the neck thing is one of those things you just wake up one day and you're like, ooh, that's not right.
Sometimes, and I've heard too, that, you know, it's all connected. So sometimes it manifests as a pain in your neck, but really it's because it's your lower back or something. So you guys, you want to talk about how much you biked this weekend? And I wonder if that factors into it.
Maybe. So one of our planned activities this weekend was to take the ferry to Washington Island. We went on Saturday. The weather was amazing. And we took our bikes on. We didn't take a car at all. So there is Doug and I with our bikes. This is actually getting ready to get back on. But so we biked about 20 miles this weekend around the island, which was really, really fun. We got to see all the ins and outs of the island and all the little country roads, which was super peaceful and like quiet.
And just two adults, no kids. That must have been special.
It was. You know, I like fundamentally believe in caring for the marriage. And so we had not been away in probably about a year or just under a year. And so it was time to get away. And my mom is amazing and willing to watch our darling children for the weekend. So
I think grandmas love that time with grandkids.
They did. It's like have as much treats and lemonade as you want, and we can stay up late. And so the girls always have fun and get excited, and it's a good chance for us to kind of recharge. So one of the like highlights of our Washington Island trip was this visit to Schoolhouse Beach. So I think Jason maybe has a picture of these rocks, but so this is one of the 5 places in the world where the glaciers polished these rocks and left this beach of just all rocks. There's no sand there, which how we got so lucky to have this very unique thing in our, local region, I guess. I consider it local because it's not that far away. But it's beautiful, and the water was lagoon-like there. There was a lot of people there, so we didn't stay there long, but it was neat to take in, and the rocks are so smooth, and there is a fine for removing a rock from the beach.
So you could not take a souvenir?
No souvenirs from Schoolhouse Beach.
And is it like, you know what I mean? If you like look down the beach this way and look down the beach that way, is it all rocks? Or is it
all rocks?
What?
Yep, all rocks, and they're all kind of like that picture, flat and smooth for the most part. Like they're just they feel nice in your hands because they have been polished. So it was kind of neat to bike up on that and check it out.
So cool. Kristin, it looks like Lori has a response for you about your neck.
She said, I think the change in weather does it. I've been crinkly. I like that. Crinkly. That sounds great. Crinkly lately. I need to establish a relationship with a chiropractor. Yes. Lori, I do see a chiropractor locally. And I just saw him last week. I just go once a month for a good adjustment, but maybe I'll have to go back. We'll see.
Has anyone ever tried? Sometimes when I would have lower back pain, a friend had told me that if you take 2 tennis balls, and you want tennis balls because they're squishy, but yet they can't break and harm you in any way, right? Yeah. And if you lay on those on the floor and just totally let go and relax, and then move them up a little bit and repeat, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Some point it's going to be extra painful, but just you have to like let go, and it kind of helps put that pressure on some of your muscles.
It does. I do this on a regular basis. I actually use lacrosse balls. They're a little bit firmer than tennis balls. I was at the gym this morning. I took it easy so I just did biking today. And then we actually have, they call it a peanut, but it's basically 2 lacrosse balls that have been duct taped together. And so you can like place it up and down your spine. So I did do a bunch of exercises to try to get things moving.
Did that improve it at all, or are you in the same situation essentially?
I mean, no, but it's not always immediate. It might take a couple of days. So,
wow. Yeah. Well, any other tips out there? Any other suggestions? Feed them our way, because we want Kristin to be in tip-top shape.
Yeah, I can't look like Popeye all the time.
Not only that, but like when you have a condition like that, does it affect your outlook? You know what I mean? What happens to your day when you're in pain?
Yeah. I mean, so I have a pretty high pain tolerance, so I'm just going to I've got to truck through and keep doing it. But it's one of those things where I'm going to unload the dishwasher or whatever. And then I'm like, and, you kind of forget.
Yeah. Dang, I'm like feeling your pain remotely. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for being an empath for my neck pain today.
If I could reach your way, I had it at the beginning. If I could just reach your way and help, I would. Oh yeah, here. Oh, wrong way again.
I feel better already.
Oh,
we don't do that to
Jason, thank you.
It's going to be wrong. See, now we don't know what to do.
Now we're really confused.
We're not on the right side. This isn't how we go.
I love it though. We have the best producer in the world, don't we? He's solving our problems for us. He saw us struggling and he's like, here's the solution.
Yeah. I also think we have the best fans in the world, because it's been how long? 5 minutes we've been chatting already today, and I've already got a tip. So
yes, I think our fans rock. I love the folks who participate in this show with us. It makes it worth getting up in the morning.
I think so, especially Tuesday mornings. All those peeps shipping their kids off to school today. I mean, what else do you have to do after you drop your kids off? But Tina and Kristin.
So Kristin, I'm so happy to hear that you guys had a getaway for Labor Day. As entrepreneurs, it's really important for us to observe those holidays and take care of ourselves. We did a lot of work over the weekend, but I did manage to spend some time chilling out in my hammock. It was so gorgeous. Just watching the clouds go by. That was amazing. It was an amazing reset.
That sounds good. Are you guys still painting at the new place?
Yes. Yeah. We have a contractor in there, and they are, they're going to be putting in a kitchenette and updating the bathrooms and things like that. So once that's done, then we can actually paint and move our desks in.
Yay. I'm so excited for you guys.
Thanks. I realized that, people out there watching might not even know what it is we do at Vagabond. And so, at Vagabond, what we like to do, what our mission is to help our clients tell their stories. We provide solutions and help them tell their stories to share with the world. And we do that through video, through print, through web, through, photography, all of that, marketing collateral. But what's kind of cool is coming up this weekend is the Manitowoc County Home Builders Parade of Homes. And so I thought this was an interesting demonstration of the types of work that we do. So for example, they have an online and print magazine, and it's pretty cool. They've got a spring issue and a fall issue. It hasn't been released yet, but it will be once the Parade of Homes tours happens next week. And so we worked with them and we put the whole thing together. And then, for example, Jason, do you have a picture of the homes? So this is an example of some of the homes that are featured on the Parade of Homes this year. What we did is we photographed the actual home, and then Jason paints this artist's rendering of each home, and it goes into the magazine, and it just looks really cool.
That is really cool. Okay, here's a question. If somebody wanted a rendering of their home done just to frame, does Jason do that work?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, he
I love that he answers quietly in the background.
Oh, so Susan says that Teresa Falvey at State of Grace is the best neck unkinker.
Ooh, is unkinker a real word? I think we might have made it a real word. Thank you, Susan, for that tip.
I'm wondering if her business card says Teresa Falvey, neck unkinker.
Maybe we should suggest that to Teresa. She is really fabulous.
Super cute.
Yeah, very good.
So, Jason, can you show, like, I just want to.
I'm not sure if that's sound.
Yeah.
No, it does not have sound. It's not supposed to have sound. This is just a little quick preview of the magazine that Vagabond Creative Studio put together for them. And then this is an online e-zine version. And it's just a quick glimpse because it won't be released until later this week.
Sure. Okay, so if somebody wants to do this kind of work with you, let's say they want to do a portfolio kind of magazine like this or a pamphlet, how does somebody begin that process?
So first of all, they should reach out. They can go to our website and there's a direct contact there. You can email us. You can stop in and talk to us, although during COVID, it's a little more challenging. But first of all, we'll talk to you and we'll help you unpack what it is that you're looking for, right? And determine what are the pieces that need to go in, what is the look that you're trying to achieve, what is the overall message that you need to communicate. And then, like, for example, in the e-zine we just looked at, there were different advertisers that had to have ads put in. There's a membership directory. So we just work with you and, you know, tease out what all those pieces need to be. And then also we work with your printer and get your exact printing specs so we know, you know, it's designed to your printer's printing specs.
Nice. Okay, so what if somebody comes, because I feel like this is how I am, you have no idea what colors you want, or you have no idea what the, like, do you have clients that just say, here's the content that needs to be in it, but I just need you to do it?
Yes. Yes. And so what we'll do is, you know, we have a conversation with you and get an idea of your vision. And then we also have, look at our producer here. We have the entire pantheon of, like, oh, that's backwards. You know, we can really hone in and drill down on the colors with color chips. We, you know, take photos, source photos. We're pretty good at drilling down and understanding the look that our clients are looking for.
Sure. What's the normal process? Like, let's say I want a nice pamphlet. What is the timing? This is the international sign for pamphlet. How long does it take typically start to finish to create something like that?
Well, it really depends on, you know, so for example, when you say pamphlet, are you talking about a 4-page pamphlet, or like that little e-zine we showed you, that's 32 pages. So obviously the more content that's required, the longer it will take.
Right.
But based on knowing that going in, we would give you a timeline update. But one thing that Vagabond loves to do is we work fast and turn projects around, especially in this day and age. You know, it seems like back in the day, things would take a long time, right? Like if you wanted something 6 months later, you might have your deliverable, but we no longer live in that world, especially with the digital age. So we work fast and get you your deliverables in hand.
Nice. So if I'm thinking back, like, was there ever a time that you guys were hand sketching or do you still do hand drafting, or is it all done electronically now?
I take a lot of notes first with my hands, you know, on paper. I think we were talking about this on a previous show, right? Where something you do with your hand communicates with your mind. That really helps me kind of settle into, you know, the text that I'm looking for, the ideas. It really helps me connect the dots. And then I go digital.
Okay. How about for Jason?
Oh, Jason, you want to pop in here?
Jason,
Need you. Popping in here. Hello, good morning, everybody. This is my here. Where is it? This is my mind right here. We have a physical representation of who I am. I use this iPad and this pencil to jot down everything. Everything I create is usually created on here first. Like if I'm doing a storyboard right now, or what's called an animatic for a client for a video, so I will sketch it out first on the iPad, then bring it into the digital world, because I work in images, I don't work in words. It's very easy for me to do images. Words are hard. I can barely spell my own name. So this thing is my brain.
Yeah, Jason is very visual. It's cool when he takes like notes at a meeting, for example, they end up being a work of art themselves, because there's the information that's noted down, but then there's also all these cool little like doodles and drawings and stuff in the margins.
I actually went to a class one time, and it was about taking notes through images. So it was all doodling. And there might be like words that were emphasized, but the majority of it was pictures. And the whole idea or concept behind it was that if you doodle, you will retain what's in there, and you will have an image to reflect back on that moment rather than just the words. Oh, there, look at that. That's so cool.
I think that is a really good point, Kristin, because if your mind can see it,
Mm-hmm.
your mind understands it, right? More than just writing down the words. If you can sketch a little image of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Versus like having to actually go back and read notes. So, okay. What else do you guys do? So we're talking about paper print. I mean, what else do you have to offer?
Yeah, it's cool. And so all this paper print stuff now also goes digital, right? So like that e-zine can be accessed online. We just completed something similar for UW Oshkosh Continuing Education. It's like their online course catalog, which is pretty cool. So that's the type of like print collateral that we do. College brochures, anything like that, annual reports, all that fun stuff.
Please hold, friends. Look at Jason and Tina did this, or Tina did this. Let's see if I can get the reflection out.
Oh, nice.
For me, but I had like this old school kind of version that was more cartoony, and I can remember saying to you, like, I need you to bring it to life. And so look at Tina brought it to life. There's like real things there. So what is your mix of clients? Do you say like, is it more local, small business, universities? Like kind of what's the mix of clients that you serve?
Oh, it's interesting. There's a lot of small business, but we've got a couple of corporations that we serve too. I would say 80% of them are in this region, although we do have clients hither and thither, as you would say, like across the nation.
I don't think I've heard that before.
I love that word. I can't believe I got to work it into a show.
Hither and thither. You have to do this in order to say it.
Yes, you do. Yes.
Very good.
So that is the word of the day. Everyone, your mission today is to work hither and thither into a conversation.
Isn't that 3 words?
Well, yes. I suppose it's a concept.
How do you spell thither?
Here it comes. Hither and thither.
I'll have the girls write this as their word of the day.
Oh, whoops. There's a capital I after the H. That should really be lowercase.
Okay. Hither, Hither, and thither, Tither.
No, it might not be the best thing to say in public during COVID because of the part, but interesting, a little linguistic thing here. I love languages. The th sound. When I was teaching English in Japan, is not a sound that is in the Japanese language. So there are no words, under no circumstances do they ever have a reason to say th. So when learning English, that is a super challenge. Like my students had to practice going th, and then like having their hand to try and feel it, to try and get the concept that their tongue actually has to come out of their mouth.
Well, I think I've heard about teachers getting clear maths because especially in the younger elementary age, you're teaching letter sounds and you like have to physically show them how to make the sound because kids don't know, to your point, how to make the sound. So you have to, b versus p.
Right.
Without having that, being able to see.
Hi, Sarah. Oh my gosh, somebody was awake this morning.
Sarah, did you set an alarm today?
Oh, yeah, that's a really good point. Kristin, acupuncture might set you straight too.
Yeah.
Acupuncture or the halotherapy might be good for you, like just an incredible relaxation.
Maybe. I did try, I don't even know if I can say this without laughing. I tried an inversion table this morning at the gym for the first time in my life. Have you ever tried one of these?
I love inversion.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, it's my first time. And so I went back and I was coached quickly that my descent was very aggressive to get my feet up, which I didn't know there was a proper speed for that. But it I felt like my face felt fat. Like it didn't feel good. I felt like,
Oh, like all the blood and fluids were rushing down instead of.
maybe I just don't know how to relax.
I mean, inversion is cool, but it's also a little unsettling because it's a position we're never in, and it's not under your own power. You know what I mean? Like you're just kind of hanging there at the whim of the machine, right?
You have to, there's a lot of trust in those ankle shackles to keep you in there. Actually, the image that I thought of while I was in it was, and now I can't think if it was the Munsters or the Addams Family. Grandpa Pa he was the bat and he would hang upside down. Do you remember this?
Oh, funny. That's the Munsters.
The Munsters. Grandpa Pa would hang upside down. And that is the image that I had. I felt like I should have been laying like this, but that is what I was imagining myself when I was hanging upside down this morning very early today.
That would be a great Halloween costume for a party or something, right? Like as people walk in, you're just hanging upside down as a bat or a Dracula.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know. I may try it again just to see if I can actually relax. Like Matt was like, okay, I'll come check on you in 3 and 4 minutes. And I'm like, won't I be passed out in 3 and 4 minutes? He's like, no, you'll be fine. This is new.
So you know what? Jason just put a tip on the screen. It looks like Sarah had a comment for you.
Okay, acupuncture plus chiropractor fixed the neck. Inversion did nothing. No need to apologize, Sarah. These are the kinds of tips I need.
It's just nice to know all of the options that are out there, you know, what people have tried, what's worked for other people. You know, no two situations will be the same. And nothing that we're suggesting here should be considered medical advice, right? Like we're not encouraging you to do any of this without knowing your limits and maybe what your doctor would recommend, et cetera, et cetera.
That is a perfect disclosure statement.
The only thing we're telling you to do is to use hither and thither in some sort of
thither. You know, sometimes I feel like the kink neck is one of those weird things that like you have to let it run its course. Like, and why does it take so long and where does it come from? Wondering minds want to know.
Yes, yes. You know, Kristin, I feel like I did not do justice to the question you asked before. You asked about Vagabond Services, and we kind of talked about print and digital, but also do video creation. We do this live streaming, but we also create video content. For example, the City of Manitowoc 150th anniversary video is a project that we had a lot of fun doing. And then we also create websites. We do web design, photography, event photography, headshots. Pretty much if it's in the creative sphere, it's something that we can tackle.
Very cool. Let's see. Sarah had her own table and used pressure tools. She sold the table a year later.
Huh. So Sarah, were you able to use the pressure tools on yourself? But before you answer that, look at ding, ding, ding. Sarah used hither and thither.
Oh man, that is funny. I do have a metal scraping tool, but I just don't know if I can handle doing it to myself. Like it's painful. It's almost something like others mentioned. I may need to go see a individual that can work with their hands.
Yeah, you might want to be careful. You know, you don't want to hurt yourself worse.
Right. That's exactly right. Okay, so let's say I don't have a new project. Let's say I've had a website for years and I want some adjustments made to it. Yes? No?
Yes, but it also depends how it's built. So our recommendation, what we use, 98% of the time is WordPress.
Okay.
So sometimes depending on how old a website is, there are reasons where we might recommend that a business consider changing that, upgrading it. It just, it depends if we've got the knowledge really to deal with a platform that we're not familiar with.
Sure.
But most of the time, that answer is yes.
Okay. Yeah, because there's a lot of like intricacies and built-in things that happen behind the scenes for web pages.
Oh, hold on.
Teresa, she's chimed in, the expert. Many things can bring on a kinked neck. Can be repetitive movements, stress, holding on to stress, and emotional stress, a bad night of sleep. Many things come into play and all need to be looked at for optimal success and relief. One of the amazing things is I was in my relaxed state this weekend, recharging my marriage and taking time away from my children. So it seems unfair.
Though, you did bike like 20 miles, you said.
You did.
So, I imagine that could factor in. And then even as a mom, I always found, yes, I wanted to get away and have time alone. But when I was away, I almost had a little more stress worrying about like, oh, is he okay? Are all of his needs being met? Does he miss me? Oh, I miss him. You know what I mean? So I wonder if sometimes that adds more stress.
I don't worry about them when I'm gone.
You're a true Zen master.
Just speaking the truth this morning. No, for one reason is because they're with my mom and I know they're very well cared for and I don't have to worry. Like I literally don't worry about anything because I know she's going to care for them very, very well. And the second thing is like, if I'm truly going to be in the moment, then I can't be worrying about something else. Right.
Right. Good point. So, hey, we were talking about the Manitowoc County Home Builders earlier. Yeah. This weekend actually is the Parade of Homes. So, Jason, if you could show that, the dates are this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And what's kind of cool this year is you can physically tour the homes, and they've taken some precautions for COVID. But then after that, they are going to have a virtual tour available. So they worked with Jason Stockton, a local video guy, to do some cinematographic. Is that the word she used? Cinematographic. Am I saying that right?
Sure.
Hither and thither. Cinematographic
literary queen today
of each of the homes. And so it's going to be kind of a cool combination, I think, because if you can't get to the physical tour, you can still enjoy it online. If you go to the physical tour and then you're like, oh my gosh, I loved that counter in that home. What was it? Now you can go to the virtual tour, which will be available, into perpetuity. I don't know if it's fair to say that, but for a long time. And, look and dream. And have you been doing any home improvements during COVID? I know, sitting in my rooms looking around, I've painted 3 rooms.
I have been rearranging furniture. So we're starting schooling today. So we rearranged furniture to get a room ready for our classroom. So that was kind of last week. And then we have been doing some painting projects around our house. So now it's just a matter of, how you like get it painted down and you're like, okay, it's done. But we haven't moved any of like the furniture or gotten that settled. So we're still kind of working through some of that. But yeah, I've heard this, like the hardware stores, big and small, like they have sales that are very, very uncommon at this time of the year that, maybe are mimicking, Black Friday type sales in terms of people working on their house. Maybe not so much now, but certainly in April and May, it was a huge, huge boom on, working on your house and cleaning things out. And maybe we're just all enjoying our homes a little bit more.
I think so. And maybe even reevaluating how the space is being used. Like you mentioned, you need a teaching space. I imagine there are people that need home office space, and just even being quarantined and looking at your 4 walls might inspire, dreaming of a different direction.
Yeah. How often do you guys move your furniture around?
Not often. So
Really?
It's really refreshing when you do, right? When we repainted these rooms, we really did like just a whole reshuffle, and it's kind of exciting. It's almost like being in a new space.
Mm-hmm. I'm as surprised, for as creative as you guys are, that you don't move your furniture more often.
They say the cobbler's kids never have new shoes.
True. That is true.
And for all of you like young Jen out there that might be watching, a cobbler is a shoemaker.
Oh my goodness. Fabulous cobbler. If there's one in Manitowoc, somebody tell us. But there is a fabulous cobbler in Sheboygan that does amazing work on shoes and leather goods. I'm trying to think of what it is. I want to Molly.
Molly's Cobbler Shop. You're talking about Kevin Hansen?
Yes.
Totally agree.
Yes. He just worked on a pair of Doug's dress shoes and like made them like new again.
You know, he is truly an artisan. And for a long time, he was involved with Heartorama and painted the toilet seats. You know how the elaborate toilet seats are painted and then auctioned off? For a long time, he was the artist doing that. So he's got like that skill that he puts into what he does. And I think you can see that in his craft.
Right. It's just almost like one of those lost trades. Like people don't know how to do this stuff anymore. I think it's so cool.
Yeah. People don't know how to love their shoes anymore.
Right. Well, maybe we just don't buy good shoes.
Oh, right.
You know, like they're not worth, like in this case, Doug has a pair of Allen Edmonds. They are very expensive, but we've cared for them. So he's had them resold and the leather cared for. And so he's had them for a very, very long time because of that. So I don't know.
Nice. Wow. Well, this has been such a fun discussion, and thank you to everybody that participated. Thank you for your tips for Kristin. Kristin, hopefully next week you'll be feeling better. I mean, I hope like in an hour you're feeling better, but
I hope to be able to show you guys full neck flexion, full neck flexion next week.
That would be awesome. And next week, you know, we had to talk a little bit about what Vagabond does today. Next week, I'm so excited. Let's talk about what Grow with KLO does for your clients.
That sounds great.
Awesome. Folks, let us know how you used hither and thither this week. And then also in the comments, let us know if you've been doing any home improvement projects. We'd love to know what you're dreaming on and what you're accomplishing.
All right, guys. Have an awesome day.
You've been watching Coffee with Kristin. Tina.